Tonight at 5, two U.S. Navy sailors are now facing charges for allegedly sharing national security information with Chinese intelligence officials in exchange for money. Plus, still no criminal charges for a Madison Baptist pastor who's accused of sexual assault of a child. News 3 now investigates. And exclusive video you'll only see on News 3, a suspect spotted on surveillance cameras setting a food truck on Madison's west side on fire. We'll have the latest in that investigation. You're watching News 3 now at 5. It is warm and sunny across southern Wisconsin right now, but this weekend it'll be a much different story. An alert day in effect for Sunday. Possible heavy rain and severe storms. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti on the weather patio. He brings us the very latest, Gary.
Yeah, an update from yesterday. It looks like the heavy rain threat is a little bit higher and the severe weather threat a little bit lower, but still we're all going to be impacted by the potential for severe weather and heavy rain on Sunday. So we have a first warn weather alert day in the forecast. The highest severe weather threat will be south and east of Madison, but just about everybody will see a heavy rain threat of 2 inches or more and some of the heavier thunderstorms across all of southern Wisconsin. As we take a look at the severe weather outlook from the Storm Prediction Center, the highest severe weather threat over parts of southeastern Wisconsin and eastern Illinois, but all of southern Wisconsin at least has a risk for an isolated severe thunderstorm. Visible cloud track shows plenty of sunshine today after some early morning fog. Most of the thunderstorm activity has been over eastern Iowa, away from our area. You can see some flashes of lightning across parts of Minnesota and northeastern Iowa. Most of the rain, though, is on the other side of the Mississippi River, away from Grant County, and is actually moving back toward the west and away from southern Wisconsin. Low temperatures this morning, pretty mild, generally in the mid to upper 60s through most of southern Wisconsin. Temperatures right now in the middle 80s. Here in Madison, we're at 83 degrees. We can see 84 in Middleton, 84 degrees right now in Edgerton. But you factor in the humidity levels have dropped a little bit. It's a little more humid to our south and to our west. Temperatures this evening will drop only into the lower 70s, but we will stay dry. Later on, I'll take a look at the timing of the severe thunderstorms on Sunday and how much rain we can expect.
Gary, thank you. New tonight, Columbia County officials have recovered the body of a second swimmer who went missing in the Wisconsin River yesterday afternoon. Investigators say the body of the 24-year-old man was found in about 17 feet of water. Emergency crews were called to the river just before 4 yesterday afternoon after a caller reported the man and a 25-year-old man went underwater and did not resurface. The two were employees at ProMega, the Madison-based biotech company. It was holding an employee event. The two were playing football on a sandbar at the time. The body of the 25-year-old was found last night. Officials say both deaths are accidental. No foul play is suspected. ProMega confirming the two victims were employees of theirs. The incident happened during that outing, and they shared this statement saying, quote, "Our thoughts and heartfelt sympathies go out to their families, friends, and all who are fortunate to know them." We'll have more details on this story tonight on News 3 now at 6. Madison police are investigating after a food truck for a Westside Indian restaurant was set on fire earlier this week. Our Catherine Merck got exclusive access to the surveillance video from the night it happened, and she shows us what was lost in the blaze.
The people who work at this restaurant tell me the truck that was set on fire was part of their livelihood.
This is actually hurting our business, like people, because like we have like upcoming catering like this coming Saturday. Like we can't take this truck.
Swagat Indian Restaurant's owner says they've relied on the community in their 15 years of business. But now they might need the support more than ever before, as they found out their food truck was set on fire.
That's not good for the business to someone did that purposely. So that's why I feel very sad to, very surviving right now.
The employees don't know who started the blaze, but they do have evidence to help police figure it out.
So we do have the guy in the camera.
Take a look at this. Video surveillance footage from the business shows someone setting a fire outside of the restaurant and also trying to break in. This is what detectives will look over to find the unknown criminal.
It just makes me sad, like seeing this thing like happening. Like, we have so much love for the restaurant. Like you can see like people, how much they love us.
With the public's help, these employees want to find out who did this so they can continue serving the community the way they were.
Hopefully, it's back to normal everything.
The Madison Police Department is continuing to investigate what happened here, and the owner wants anybody with information to come forward. Reporting from Madison's west side, I'm Catherine Merck, News 3 Now.
The spokesperson for the Madison Police Department told us it's too early to tell a motive for this crime. Investigators have revealed the FBI gave lie detector tests to relatives of a Sauk County teen who has been missing since June 12th. 13-year-old James Jablonski's father reported him missing from the family's home in Reedsburg About 3 hours before William Yablonsky reported his son missing, deputies found the family's van abandoned in the nearby town of Sumter. The teen took his father's cell phone, and a ping led sheriff's deputies to search Devils Lake State Park, where they found a makeshift campsite. Sauk County detectives say the FBI joined the search 2 weeks ago and have been giving lie detector tests to family members and potential witnesses. Marshall police have released the name of the man charged with shooting at officers on Wednesday night. 21-year-old Jeremy Wills is charged with attempted first-degree homicide, robbery, battery, carried a concealed weapon, and more. Online records show he has yet to be formally charged in court. Wills is accused of fighting a clerk at the Caps and Cork liquor store near Highway 19 Wednesday. When police tried to arrest him, they say he took off running and then fired at officers. He was later found in a residential area and then taken into custody. A Madison Baptist pastor has a court date, but still no criminal charges after we reported that police have finished an investigation and recommended first-degree child sexual assault charges against him. The state permanently pulled his child care license for safety reasons. Investigative reporter Naomi Coles broke that story and explains why his denomination makes it so hard for there to be accountability. Naomi?
Eric, 4 years ago, an investigative reporter at the Houston Chronicle exposed how hundreds of Southern Baptist pastors were moving from church to church despite criminal charges, convictions, or otherwise very credible allegations of sexual abuse. At Midvale Baptist Church in Madison, Pastor Bob Stein has kept preaching, something that reporter, Robert Downen, tells me was a fundamental pattern within the denomination for years.
But they've also more recently, in 2022, released an audit of their executive committee, the leadership body, that found for 20 plus years, the leaders of the SBC had really been, a small group of leaders had been suppressing the reports of abuse survivors about the extent of the abuse crisis in the denomination.
Downen described the SBC's approach to fixing the issues that the Houston Chronicle exposed as piecemeal, an approach that lined up with the way church officials responded to me when I approached them with our investigation into this local pastor. My full conversation with him airs this Sunday on For the Record at 10:30.
Wisconsin swore in a new Supreme Court justice this week, and already there are big changes happening in the state's top court. Political reporter Will Keneally now has the very latest. Will?
Well, Eric, like all government offices, the Supreme Court justices have administrative staff to keep the lights on, to run technological services like the CCAP service that lets you look up cases. But the newly liberal High Court voted to remove the current administrator of the state courts and put in place a Republican-appointed Milwaukee County judge instead.
So I was shocked to hear that there had been a decision made allegedly by the court when there was no such hearing scheduled, that I was aware that at least 2 of the justices did not know about this issue being considered, and that was how I was notified.
Now, the move comes amid a flurry of action this week, now that the court has a liberal majority for the first time in 15 years. A suit filed this week seeks to throw out the state's legislative maps, which lawyers argue favors Republicans. This is part of an expanded conversation with Randy Koshnick. You can see his full sit-down with Naomi Coles this Sunday on For the Record.
With the CrossFit Games in full swing, an Arizona-based nonprofit is in town spreading awareness about substance abuse among athletes. The Barbell Saves Project offers free fitness classes for people in recovery from substance use disorders. They believe a strong community around people in recovery can increase the wellness of all involved, including their coaches, who are all in recovery themselves. The CrossFit Games gives the organization a chance to reach more who may need help.
They've been huge. They've allowed us to come to the games, right? And we've been able to coach community CrossFit classes and show people here what we're doing and just spread our mission and really kind of normalize recovery, break the stigma of what addiction looks like, because addiction looks like this.
The Barbell Saves Project fitness classes are free for all and open to anyone in recovery. More information on how to get involved can be found on the barbellsavesproject.com. Former President Trump back on the campaign trail just a day after pleading not guilty during an arraignment on charges of trying to overturn the 2020 election. Trump says the charges against him are meant to distract him from campaigning. Today, he posted on social media saying, quote, resources that would have gone into ads and rallies will now have to be spent fighting these radical left thugs in numerous courts throughout the country.
When you look at what's happening, this is a persecution of a political opponent. This was never supposed to happen in America.
The cases have done little to slow down Trump's momentum with Republican voters. He continues to gain ground on his GOP primary opponents and lead them. In a recent CBS News poll, 76% of likely Republican voters said the indictments are politically motivated. An emotional reenactment of the Parkland school shooting took place in Florida today on the request of victims' families. Those families are moving forward with a civil lawsuit against the school's then resource officer, who they accuse of failing to act as their children died. Laura Aguirre has the details.
The 1200 building still stands at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida. A closed, eerie reminder of a gunman's rampage that killed 17 people on Valentine's Day 2018. That shooter now serving life without parole.
The defendant is not guilty.
In June, Scott Peterson, the school's then resource officer, was cleared of criminal charges that he ignored his training and failed to confront the gunman. Peterson's defense was that he couldn't tell where the gunshots were coming from. Several of the victims' families and one shooting survivor have since filed a civil lawsuit against Peterson. They requested the reenactment to prove Peterson could have heard the bullets, tracked the shooter's location, and taken action. On Friday, police traced the killer's steps, firing live rounds into ballistic traps throughout the three-story building. A bipartisan group of state lawmakers sat down with family members Friday.
This was the ballroom in which they told these family members what happened to their kids or their husbands, their loved ones.
Many here are hopeful that the reenactment's impact expands well beyond the courtroom.
You can debate it all day long, but it's not the same as going and walking through the school.
There are things that are kind of like no-brainers that we need to continue to get together. To get done.
Safety has to come before education because you cannot teach dead kids.
I'm Laura Aguirre reporting.
The judge in Peterson's upcoming civil trial has indicated she will allow today's reenactment to be used as evidence. Peterson retired from the Broward County Sheriff's Department soon after that shooting after being suspended without pay. The gunman is currently serving life without parole. New at 5, 2 U.S. Navy sailors have been arrested accused of giving sensitive military information to the Chinese government. The 22 and 26-year-olds were charged in separate cases. One worked on the USS Essex in San Diego. He faces espionage charges after allegedly sending a Chinese intelligence officer the locations of various Navy ships, technical manuals, pictures, and videos of the Essex, plus descriptions of the ship's defensive weapons. The other is charged with bribery after reportedly giving an intelligence officer plans for a large-scale U.S. military exercise in the Indo-Pacific region earlier this year, and photos of electrical diagrams and blueprints for a radar system from a U.S. military base in Japan in exchange for roughly $15,000. Both men have pleaded not guilty. Some hot and cold news in the latest jobs report this summer. The economy added fewer workers than expected in July, but hiring continues its steady march against inflation pressures. Overall, the job market is cooling a bit, but it is anything but cold. Unemployment dipped to 3.5%, near a record low. All these numbers could add up to dodging a recession this year.
I think a soft landing has become not just a possibility, but now it's become a real probability.
Average hourly wages also increased 4.4% over the past 12 months. Despite those wage bumps, though, a CBS News poll conducted last week found the majority of working Americans say their pay is not keeping pace with rising prices. Coming up, Gary has his latest complete forecast and a look at this weekend's weather alert day, plus how extreme temperatures are impacting the rest of the country, including ocean life off the coast of Florida. And later, why the Henry Violet Zoo is postponing its Family Fun Day this weekend. We'll have the details next hour on News 3 Now at 6. And stocks closed the day with weekly declines. The Dow off 150 points. NASDAQ drops another 50.5. The S&P 500 tumbles almost 24. We'll be right back.
Back to school means big savings at A1 Furniture. Mattresses for $149, sofas $399, flip-flops $299, dressers $149. Up to 40% off store-wide plus instant cash back. The Back to School Savings Event, only at A1 Furniture.
Your foundation doesn't improve the appearance of under-eye puffiness. Your concealer doesn't make fine lines disappear. Even worse, they can make those imperfections more noticeable. Introducing Tint and Tighten, a new must-have lightweight tinted cream that is sure to find its place in your makeup routine. Tint and Tighten is the only tinted cream that creates a temporary tightening layer on the surface of the skin, which works to instantly reduce the appearance of fine lines, wrinkles, and under-eye puffiness.
It's a very time-consuming thing to put foundation on and do your eyes and your lips, and I'd much rather just have a product that I can put on my face that makes me feel good. The thing I love about Tint and Tighten is the refreshed feeling my skin has. It's not heavy, it's not greasy. My wrinkles are gone, especially around my eyes. My skin feels smooth, I feel youthful.
Compared to Tint and Tighten, there was another product that I was trying, and one of the things that was a problem is leaving residue in the area underneath the eyes where your concealer would go. So I found that was a challenge, but using this particular product, I realized it's not leaving a residue.
Tint and Tighten works to smooth out wrinkles and under-eye puffiness in just 10 minutes, while covering and concealing dark circles, age spots, and uneven skin tone, making you look and feel years younger.
Right around this area, I have fine lines, which a lot of people obviously deal with as they age. And then also in this area, I had very dark circles. They were just puffed out a little bit, and that without any makeup is almost eliminated.
What's even better is that these remarkable results last for up to 8 hours without needles or injections. Want to look your best for that upcoming event, date night, or job interview? Maybe you simply want to feel younger and more confident with your appearance. Then add Tint and Tighten to your makeup routine and bring youthfulness back to your life. Try it this summer for up to 50% off and free shipping. Visit tntcream.com or call the number on your screen.
Back to school means big savings at A1 Furniture. Mattresses for $149, sofas $399, flip-flops $299, dressers $149. Up to 40% off store-wide plus instant cash back. The Back to School Savings Event, only at A1 Furniture.
A first warn weather alert day remains in the forecast for Sunday. A couple of rounds of thunderstorms could bring severe weather and heavy rainfall. I'll let you know how much rain to expect.
And the newly minted Supreme Court is shaking up the Wisconsin justice system. We dive into Randy Koschnick's dismissal. That's tonight at 6.
Madison Mallards Baseball brings you a night of fireworks on the base paths. And after the game is over, don't miss the Mallards' next fireworks night, Friday, August 4th against the Wausau Woodchucks. Get your tickets today. News 3 Now is a proud sponsor of Madison Mallards Baseball. You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Right now, millions of people are under heat alerts across the U.S. as a new round of potentially record heat is expected to impact the South. This as heavy rainfall and severe storms strike several states. Mike Valerio has the latest.
Roads turn to rivers, trees ripped from their roots, blocking off roadways, relentless rainfall triggering flooding and devastation across parts of Missouri and Illinois. This as a new round of blistering temperatures is expected to sear the South, with more than 140 heat records having the potential to be shattered this weekend.
See the temperatures, they're really bad.
Extreme temperatures proving lethal across the U.S. Pima County, Arizona, reporting 64 heat-related deaths so far this year, and 14 people have been killed by the heat in Maricopa County this past week, where the city of Phoenix is forecast to see sizzling temperatures over 110 for the next 7 days.
This is unreal. Day, night, never seen anything like it.
In Florida,
I think we saw exactly what we feared, which is that this is the moving front of severe bleaching up through the Keys and now up into Miami-Dade.
scorching water temperatures are having devastating bleaching impacts on coral life, which are melting off their skeletons in the unusually warm ocean water. Florida wildlife officials posting on Facebook, due to the extreme heat, octocorals like sea fans and sea plumes are melting off their skeletons. Fish kills, conch kills, and sponge die-offs have been reported throughout the Keys as well. I'm Mike Valerio reporting.
Well, many students are getting ready for their first day of school, but in some parts of the country, it means returning to the classroom at a time when temperatures remain higher than normal. For St. Paul Public Schools in the Twin Cities, less than half of their buildings even have air conditioning, and although students won't be returning to school until after Labor Day there, they are preparing by outfitting more of their schools with AC.
We're just putting the finishing touches on our first geothermal heating and cooling system, which uses the stable temperature of the Earth to provide highly efficient heating and cooling.
This is all to combat record temperatures. The month of July has been deemed the planet's hottest on record by far, according to a report by the European Union's Copernicus Climate Change Service. An alert day will bring a threat of heavy rain and severe weather to southern Wisconsin Sunday. And Gary's back with what we can expect.
Yeah, we're continuing to watch Sunday for the possibility for not only severe weather, but also for heavy rainfall. And that might be the higher of the two threats as it appears now. But that first warn weather alert day covers all of southern Wisconsin. The highest severe weather threat will be be south and east of Madison. High winds, hail, perhaps an isolated tornado in the stronger thunderstorms. The tornado threat right now appears to be farther south into northern Illinois. But because we're a little farther north on the storm system, heavy rainfall of 2 inches or more is possible in a fair amount of southern Wisconsin, depending on the waves of showers and storms that roll through. If they keep moving over the same general area, you can get those rainfall totals up pretty quickly. And this will be mainly Sunday afternoon and Sunday night. Storm Prediction Center's severe weather outlook has a slight risk or a level 2 risk over southeastern Wisconsin, mainly southeast of Madison, but a marginal or level 1 risk across the rest of southern Wisconsin on Sunday for at least isolated severe thunderstorms. As we zoom into southern Wisconsin right now, high resolution radar, pretty quiet across most of southern Wisconsin. There have been a few thunderstorms just west of the Mississippi River, and these are actually drifting back toward the west. So it looks like we'll stay dry for this evening. 6-hour future track radar confirms that. A weather system across Iowa will track mainly into northern Illinois and stay south of the Wisconsin-Illinois state line. But future track beginning at 6 a.m. on Sunday morning, and this looks like a later update here that's just come in, shows a wave of moisture coming in from the southeast, and then the low pressure system we've been watching for showers and storms to develop out to the west. So this is early afternoon, and there might be some breaks in the clouds that will get temperatures up a little bit warmer. So as the moisture comes in, the low pressure system lifts in, that would be the threat for heavier showers and thunderstorms. Now, this very latest computer model shows the low tracking farther to the south, right along the Wisconsin-Illinois state line. You can see the circulation here. That would keep the greater threat for severe weather to our south. But again, the southern portion of Wisconsin could end up seeing more heavy rain, more than what's depicted here. So again, this is literally just received within about the last 10 or 15 minutes. Future track precipitation, notice it's back way off on the rain. It had this area with heavier rains right over southern Wisconsin the last run. So I don't think this is likely to occur, but we will probably see at least some 1 or 2 inch rainfalls and maybe some heavier amounts in some of the heavier thunderstorms. 3 things you need to know in the forecast. Look for dry weather through tomorrow. In fact, the best chances for rain probably won't occur until Sunday afternoon and Sunday night. And then after that, look for cooler weather. Temperatures back into the upper 70s to around 80 degrees, and the average high temperature is 82. And that'll be for much of next week, and there'll be some chances for showers and thunderstorms, especially middle part of the week and then toward the end of next weekend. Plan your night across Dane County. Low temperature 62 in Verona, 63 in Dalyville, and 62 in Windsor. Again, should be dry for tonight. Across the rest of southern Wisconsin, 63 in Janesville, 64 in Monroe, and 58 for the low temperature in Camp Douglas. For tomorrow, look for partly sunny skies. It'll be warm, and right now it looks like it'll be dry during the day with a high temperature of 84. Again, this future track precipitation is just updated, and this looks suspiciously low. I think we're going to see more rain than what you're seeing there. First warn 7 to 10 day forecast. Those temperatures right around 80 through much of next week with some rain chances toward the middle part of the week and toward the end of next weekend. As we look at our first warn traffic right now, we're not seeing much in the way of problems. Eastbound on the Beltline, that looks like it's cleared up. So traffic times right now, pretty stable, 15 minutes either direction on the Beltline between University Avenue and the interstate. Heading out of Madison, 25 minutes from the Beltline to Janesville on I-3990, 17 minutes Middleton to Sauk City on US 12, and downtown to Sun Prairie will take you 20 minutes. That's your News 3 Now First Warn traffic.
Gary, thank you. An historic moment for WNBA Hall of Famer Diana Taurasi. More on the Phoenix Mercury Stars' new scoring milestone next at 5.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
What did you get?
A 94.
That's good. AAA Auto Insurance scored a 94 on member satisfaction.
What? AAA Auto Insurance?
Uh-huh. Shh. You can't shush the truth, people. You can't shush the truth.
AAA Auto Insurance. Expect something more.
News 3 Now compiles a quarterly report of our programming efforts to serve the educational and informational needs of children in the News 3 Now viewing area. These reports are part of our public inspection file, which is open to the public view during regular business hours. To view the report or contribute comments, contact the News 3 Now Program Director at 608-271-4321 or write to us at News 3 Now, 7025 Raymond Road, Madison, Wisconsin, 53719.
This is Kathy. She's about to see her dentist. She's afraid. Not because of the drill, but because of the bill. A big bill. But Kathy doesn't need to be afraid, and neither do you, thanks to affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company. It's easy to get this coverage. Don't believe me? Call or go online for all the details. You could even have this free information kit. This isn't a discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance. It helps pay for over 400 procedures. That's a lot. I'm talking cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures. Bottom line, you'll have help paying for routine care and expensive major work. But if you want deductibles, forget it. There aren't any. No annual maximum either. Plus, you can see any dentist you want. Stop fearing the big bill. Start saving at the dentist. Call now or go to sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
Kids will be back in school before we know it, and we want to make sure they're ready.
That's why Boys and Girls Clubs of Dane County and News 3 Now are collecting school supplies for area students.
Monday, August 7th, please help us stuff the bus.
We'll be right here at Metcalf's Market behind Westtown Mall. Just look for the school bus.
Visit channel3000.com for details and then stop by August 7th to help us stuff the bus.
Sponsored by Midwest Financial Group, Lamer's Bus Lines, and Metcalf's Market.
Spectrum brings us Spectrum One, where Spectrum Internet, advanced Wi-Fi, and unlimited mobile come together to keep you seamlessly connected wherever you are!
Why did you switch?
With Spectrum One, we get a super fast, reliable connection.
And the advanced Wi-Fi has enhanced security and privacy features that automatically block online threats.
How reliable is Spectrum Mobile?
It's a super reliable service coast to coast.
Switch to Spectrum One and get internet for $49.99 a month, plus free advanced Wi-Fi and one free line of unlimited mobile. Call 1-833-685-4999.
What did you get?
A 94.
That's good. AAA Auto Insurance scored a 94 on member satisfaction.
What? AAA Auto Insurance.
Uh-huh.
You can't shush the truth, people. You can't shush the truth.
AAA Auto Insurance. Expect something more.
History has been made in the WNBA. Phoenix Mercury legend Diana Taurasi became the first player to score 10,000 career points during the team's 97-71 win over Atlanta last night. Astrid Martinez has more on the Stars' latest milestone.
Phoenix Mercury legend Diana Taurasi has reached a new milestone.
Diana's done it! She is one of one!
Drilling a deep three-pointer in her team's game Thursday against the Atlanta Dream, the All-Star became the first player in the league's history to reach 10,000 career points. The celebration was immediate. The Hall of Famer was joined on the court by her teammates, including Brittany Griner, as the crowd erupted. In an emotional ceremony,
hi, honey. Congratulations.
The Mercury played a tribute video featuring messages from Taurasi's wife and fellow basketball greats.
You're the GOAT. Just like Larry Bird and I changed the NBA, you personally changed the WNBA forever.
Taurasi, known as the White Mamba, a nod to the late Kobe Bryant, also addressed fans.
And I'm just thankful that I've gotten this opportunity to do it in front of you guys for 19 years. And I'm just really, really thankful to the game of basketball.
The 6-foot guard entered the game only needing 18 points to make history, but she dropped 42, the third highest scoring game of her career. Astrid Martinez, CBS News.
A donation of $10,000 was also made in Taurasi's name to support a local women's organization. We'll have a final check of your first warn forecast after a short break. Stay with us.
Intuitive sit to start and the all-electric ID4. It's the little things. It's a VW. Visit your Volkswagen dealer today and get a $7,500 lease bonus on a new 2023 all-electric ID4.
My name is Scott Landry with Landry Farms, and this is my John Deere. My farm's a Centennial 1875 farm in South Central Illinois, and we grow corn and soybeans. The reason why I choose Sloan's, they make farming easy. I mean, the stress of everything that goes along with farming, you know, that the parts are going to either be there or they're going to network them. And they go above and beyond to make sure that everybody that walks through the door gets top-notch quality service. And this is why I think Sloan's first.
There's nothing better than a great night's sleep on a new Beauty Rest mattress from Steinhoffels. Right now, Beauty Rest Queen mattresses start at just $299. Or upgrade to the luxury and comfort of a Beauty Rest Black. Queen Beauty Rest Black mattresses start at just $49 per month when you use Steinhaffel's special 72-month financing. Plus, you get $300 in Steinhaffel's cash. Steinhaffel's is your sleep solution destination. Shop in-store or online at steinhaffels.com.
Menards has the luxury products and on-trend styles to take your home's design to the next level. Whether you're updating a bathroom with a new faucet and fashion lighting, adding desperately needed storage, or if it's dressing up your dream kitchen, you'll get 11% off quality products that will help turn your house into a home. Update your kitchen today with new laminate countertop, starting at just $14.99 after 11% rebate.
What do we always say, son? Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance.
They only pay for what you need.
That's my boy. Stay off the freeways. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
News 3 Now is always on.
Download the Channel 3000 app and you'll have access to the News 3 Now newsroom in the palm of your hand.
The Channel 3000 app. Get it now.
Powered by News 3 Now.
Why are there 2 extra seats? I know, Uncle Dane and his giant beard.
The Volkswagen Atlas with best-in-class third-row legroom. Visit your local dealer today to learn more about our Carefree Coverage Suite, standard on all 2023 Volkswagen models.
Just want to show you the difference in the computer model forecast. This is the latest update. Shows very little rain across southern Wisconsin. This was the older update from 6 hours ago, showing 2 to 3 or 4 inch rainfall amounts on Sunday. So we're going to keep an eye on it, but that's why we have the alert day in the forecast for Sunday.
All right, more updates coming your way in a half hour on News 3 Now at 6. Stay tuned now for the CBS Evening News.